Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Proline, the longest-running sports handicapping show in America. It is Wednesday, direct from Las Vegas. Going to take a look at some NFL preseason games that are starting on Thursday, plus a big baseball battle in the American League on Wednesday night between the Red Sox and the Indians. I want to remind you, Jim Feist has an inner circle release in baseball going on Wednesday. These players are on a 50, 32, and 1 run. That's $50 at Vegas Sports Masters. Plus, he has an interleague game of the month. His Diamond Dominator game of the month won last night with the Minnesota Twins. These plays are $75 value online at Vegas Sports Masters. However, if you want to get both for $19, just call 855-JIM-WINS or go to Vegas Sports Masters. All right, let's get into some baseball going tonight before we get into the NFL preseason. Great game here between the Cleveland Indians and the Boston Red Sox. Possible playoff preview. The Vegas line opened 188 with Corey Kluber on the mound, but down to minus 168. A lot of money coming in on the underdog red-hot Boston Red Sox here, and the totals moved too from 8 to 7.5 with the buyback minus 120 on the under. It's a terrific matchup here in the American League. Drew Pomeranz will be going for red-hot Boston. He's a big dog here, yet 12-4 on the season. Good strikeout pitcher, 3.31 ERA. Comes off a game against the Yankees that he played well and then had to leave with back spasms. However, he's been on a nice run over the last, actually all season long with that ERA. And he'll be going up against Corey Kluber, the ace of the Indian staff. Both these teams are terrific at drawing walks and getting on base. Kluber, 12-3, 2.67 ERA. But boy, since he came back from injury, he has been outstanding. Terrific off of 5-0 the last 8 starts, including a terrific start where he's been striking out double digits in strikeouts for 5 consecutive starts. The thing about Kluber, though, I mean, it's a good Boston offense. It's a good Boston defense in the field as well, but Kluber has not done well in his career against the patient Red Sox, who like to draw walks and have a lot of talent in that lineup. He has a losing record against the Red Sox of 2-3 and a 4.78 ERA. Boston comes in with a winning road record, very similar record to Cleveland has at home. Indians, oddly enough, have been better on the road. Boston on this terrific run of 16-5 the last 21 games. They've won 6 of 8 road games as well. And when Pomeranz starts 8-2 his last 10 starts, the team is winning. Keep in mind that it's a low total here, and it's a good offensive park and 2 very good offenses. Pomeranz 5-0 over the total when he starts. And then you get this Cleveland team that, when they're playing at home, on a nice run here of 14-5. Again, with Kluber on the mound, he's been an under pitcher, 5-1-1 start. However, he has not done very well against Boston. Head-to-head matchups, it's actually been slightly over, including that 9-1 Boston rout yesterday. 2-0-2 over the total the last 4 meetings. The Indians have done very well against Boston here in this park, of winning 10 of the last 13 meetings. Wouldn't be surprised to see an offensive game, though. It's an American League game with the DH, good hitters park, 2 strong offenses, and a very low total for you. Well, let's take a look at one of the NFL games going on Thursday. You get 2 games. Here's the line movement. Miami, Philadelphia, really haven't seen any line movement. The Eagles 3.5-point home favorites. That's really where it stayed, as the total has also stayed at 42. And the Carolina Jaguars game, yeah, the bettors have spoken on that one. Opened a pick'em game with a total of 43. Now Carolina, 1.5-point favorite, and the total has pretty much stayed the same. Let's take a look at this Dolphins Eagles game. Eagles 3.5-point home favorite. The Dolphins coming into town having played 2 straight home games. This is their first road game. And they really haven't played that well. A 1-run record, but they've been outscored 51-30. Have to look at this offensive line for Miami, which has not been very good the last few years. And in preseason, none of their 5 starters have been able to play together the entire preseason. And they were overwhelmed last week, a 31-7 loss to the Baltimore Ravens, and that was at home. We saw the debut of their new forced quarterback here in Jay Cutler. Didn't see much of Cutler at all. 3 of 6 passing, 24 yards, and what really stood out, 0 ground game for the Dolphins behind that shaky offensive line. They had 46 yards rushing, 2.4 yards per carry. They were forced to throw a lot. Another thing of concern for Miami would be the defense, which has not played well Last week, the pass defense allowed 241 yards, 22 of 33 passing by the Ravens, and they allowed 141 yards rushing, and that's been a problem in these two games. They gave up 113 yards rushing to the Atlanta Falcons in the opener. Now, they did win that game, but they were down 20-10 in the fourth quarter. Keep in mind, both those games were at home. Now they're heading out on the road to face a Philadelphia team that has played fairly well, a 1-1 record, but they've outscored the opposition 40-29, coming off a victory over the Buffalo Bills of 20-16. The offense had a lot of yards, 263, but no touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and the ground game was anemic, 2.5 yards per carry. It is a decent quarterback rotation for August preseason. Carson Wentz in his second year, plus you got Matt McGloin, the veteran, and they kind of like Dade Evans. The three of these guys combined for 263 yards passing last week, 27 of 41, and they led 13-6 at the half, playing pretty well. They have not been using quarterback Nick Foles because he's banged up, and word is that he's not going to play for this one. Keep in mind a couple of interesting technicals. The Philadelphia Eagles in Week 3 of preseason, a 7-0 spread run, but also 4-0 run over the total. All right, that'll do it for the Wednesday version of Proline, direct from Las Vegas. Good luck with the games, everyone, and we'll see you back on Thursday.